Mars, the red planet named after the Roman god of war, is a symbol of drive, ambition, and raw energy in astrology. It represents our willpower, determination, and how we assert ourselves in the world. As the ruler of Aries and co-ruler of Scorpio, Mars embodies the fierce, pioneering spirit of Aries and the deep, transformative force of Scorpio. It governs our physical vitality, our desire to achieve, and our approach to conflict and competition. Mars is often associated with the primal forces of action and desire. It influences how we pursue our goals, handle challenges, and express our anger and frustration. This planet represents our ability to take initiative, confront obstacles, and push forward with passion and courage. It also reflects how we channel our energy into achieving our ambitions and fulfilling our personal desires. In the natal chart, Mars's placement reveals much about an individual's drive, assertiveness, and approach to taking action. It shows how one directs their energy, deals with conflicts, and pursues their desires. Mars's sign, house placement, and aspects provide insight into how one handles challenges, where they focus their energy, and how they express their desires and assertiveness. Mars's position in the natal chart approach to action and desire. The sign in which Mars is placed in the natal chart influences one's approach to action, motivation, and how one asserts their will. Each Mars sign brings a unique flavor to how one channels their energy, handles conflict, and pursues their goals. Mars in Aries, its home sign, represents the archetypal warrior. This placement is characterized by boldness, enthusiasm, and a direct approach to pursuing goals. Mars in Aries individuals are driven by a strong desire for action and excitement, often thriving in dynamic, competitive environments. They are quick to take initiative, are unafraid of challenges, and have a natural ability to lead and inspire others. However, this placement can also lead to impulsiveness, impatience, or a tendency to act without fully considering the consequences. When Mars is in Taurus, the drive for action is more steady, determined, and persistent. This placement values practical results and is driven by a desire for stability and material security. Mars in Taurus individuals are often very patient and methodical in their approach, willing to work hard and endure challenges to achieve their goals. They express their drive through persistence, reliability, and a focus on tangible outcomes. However, this placement can also lead to stubbornness, resistance to change, or a tendency to become overly focused on material rewards. Mars in Gemini brings a quick, adaptable, and intellectually driven approach to action. This placement values mental stimulation, variety, and communication. Mars in Gemini individuals are often drawn to multiple interests and pursuits, using their energy to explore, learn, and engage in diverse activities. They are skilled at multitasking and often have a talent for verbal expression and debate. However, this placement can also lead to scattered energy, restlessness, or a tendency to become easily bored with routine or long-term projects. When Mars is in Cancer, the drive for action is often guided by emotional needs and a focus on nurturing and protecting. This placement values security, family, and emotional connection. Mars in Cancer individuals are motivated by a desire to create a safe, comfortable environment and may express their energy through caregiving, emotional support, and home-related activities. They can be highly protective of loved ones and sensitive to their own and others' feelings. However, this placement can also lead to passive-aggressive behavior, moodiness, or difficulty in directly confronting conflicts. Mars in Leo brings a dynamic, enthusiastic, and creative approach to action. This placement values recognition, self-expression, and dramatic flair. Mars in Leo individuals are driven by a desire to be admired, appreciated, and to make a significant impact. They express their energy through bold, confident actions and often excel in leadership roles or creative endeavors. There is a strong need for validation and personal expression, but this placement can also lead to arrogance, a need for constant attention, or conflicts arising from a desire to dominate or control. When Mars is in Virgo, the drive for action is focused on precision, service, and practical results. This placement values efficiency, organization, and attention to detail. Mars in Virgo individuals are motivated by a desire to improve, refine, and solve problems, often channeling their energy into meticulous work and service-oriented activities. They express their drive through hard work, analytical thinking, and a focus on practical outcomes. However, this placement can also lead to perfectionism, self-criticism, or a tendency to become overly critical of others. Mars in Libra brings a balanced, diplomatic, and cooperative approach to action. This placement values harmony, fairness, and partnership. Mars in Libra individuals are motivated by a desire to create balance and work collaboratively with others. They express their drive through negotiation, compromise, and a focus on maintaining harmonious relationships. There is a strong emphasis on fairness and mutual respect, but this placement can also lead to indecision, avoidance of conflict, or difficulty asserting oneself in the face of disagreements. When Mars is in Scorpio, the drive for action is intense, focused, and transformative. This placement values depth, power, and emotional insight. Mars and Scorpio individuals are motivated by a desire to delve into the core of issues, confront challenges head-on, and undergo profound personal transformation. They express their energy through determination, strategic thinking, and a willingness to face difficult or taboo subjects. However, this placement can also lead to obsessive behavior, power struggles, or a tendency to manipulate or control situations. Mars in Sagittarius brings an adventurous, optimistic, and freedom-seeking approach to action. This placement values exploration, growth, and intellectual pursuits. Mars in Sagittarius individuals are driven by a desire to expand their horizons, seek new experiences, and pursue their ideals with enthusiasm. They express their drive through exploration, learning, and a focus on personal and philosophical growth. However, this placement can also lead to recklessness, a tendency to overextend oneself, or difficulty in sticking with commitments or long-term goals. When Mars is in Capricorn, the drive for action is disciplined, ambitious, and focused on long-term achievement. This placement values responsibility, structure, and success. Mars in Capricorn individuals are motivated by a desire to build a solid foundation, achieve high status, and reach their professional and personal goals through hard work and persistence. They express their energy through strategic planning, perseverance, and a focus on practical results. However, this placement can also lead to excessive seriousness, a tendency to overwork, or conflicts arising from a desire for control and authority. Mars in Aquarius brings an innovative, unconventional, and intellectually driven approach to action. This placement values originality, independence, and progress. Mars in Aquarius individuals are motivated by a desire to challenge the status quo, pursue unique ideas, and contribute to societal change. They express their drive through inventive thinking, social activism, and a focus on future-oriented goals. However, this placement can also lead to detachment, unpredictability, or difficulty in maintaining personal connections due to a strong focus on ideals and objectives. When Mars is in Pisces, the drive for action is intuitive, compassionate, and often guided by emotional or spiritual concerns. This placement values creativity, empathy, and a sense of unity. Mars in Pisces individuals are motivated by a desire to help others, express their artistic talents, and pursue meaningful, transcendent experiences. They express their drive through creative endeavors, emotional support, and a focus on spiritual or humanitarian goals. However, this placement can also lead to confusion, escapism, or difficulty in directing one's energy in a focused and practical manner. Mars's house placement areas of action and energy. The house in which Mars is placed in the natal chart indicates the area of life where one's energy, drive, and assertiveness are most prominently expressed. This placement reveals where one's ambition and desire to take action are focused, as well as how they approach challenges and conflicts. Mars in the first house emphasizes a direct, assertive, and dynamic approach to life. This placement often brings a strong sense of personal drive, energy, and a need to take action. Individuals with Mars in the first house are likely to be seen as energetic, confident, and proactive, with a strong desire to assert themselves and pursue their goals. They may express their drive through leadership, physical activity, or a bold approach to personal challenges. However, this placement can also lead to impulsiveness, a tendency to dominate, or conflicts arising from a strong need for independence. When Mars is in the second house, the focus of action and energy is on financial matters, personal values, and material security. This placement often brings a determined, practical approach to achieving financial goals and building a stable foundation. Mars in the second house individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for financial stability, personal possessions, and a sense of self-worth. They may express their drive through work, investments, or efforts to increase their material resources. However, this placement can also lead to issues with financial risk-taking, possessiveness, or conflicts related to self-esteem and value. Mars in the third house highlights a dynamic, communicative, and intellectually driven approach to action. This placement often brings a strong desire for mental stimulation, social interaction, and effective communication. Mars in the third house individuals are likely to be motivated by a need to express their ideas, engage in debate, and explore various interests. They may channel their energy into writing, speaking, or networking. However, this placement can also lead to restlessness, argumentative behavior, or difficulty focusing on one task at a time. When Mars is in the fourth house, the focus of action and energy is on home, family, and emotional security. This placement often brings a strong drive to create a stable, supportive home environment and to address issues related to family and personal roots. Mars in the fourth house individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire to protect their loved ones, improve their living conditions, and establish a sense of emotional security. They may express their drive through home improvement projects, family dynamics, or efforts to achieve personal stability. However, this placement can also lead to conflicts within the family, emotional intensity, or a tendency to be overly protective or defensive. Mars in the 5th house emphasizes a passionate, creative, and expressive approach to action. This placement often brings a strong desire for personal fulfillment, romance, and creative self-expression. Mars in the 5th house, individuals are likely to be motivated by a need for excitement, pleasure, and artistic or recreational pursuits. They may channel their energy into hobbies, creative projects, or romantic relationships. However, this placement can also lead to issues with impulsiveness, overindulgence, or conflicts arising from a need for constant stimulation and attention. When Mars is in the 6th house, the focus of action and energy is on work, health, and daily routines. This placement often brings a disciplined, service-oriented approach to achieving goals and managing responsibilities. Mars in the 6th house, individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire to improve their work environment, maintain good health, and effectively manage their daily tasks. They may express their drive through attention to detail, problem-solving, and efforts to enhance their efficiency. However, this placement can also lead to issues with perfectionism, workaholism, or conflicts arising from a need for control in daily matters. Mars in the 7th house highlights a dynamic, assertive approach to relationships and partnerships. This placement often brings a strong drive to seek balance, negotiate conflicts, and pursue mutual goals within one-on-one connections. Mars in the 7th house, individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for partnership, cooperation, and shared accomplishments. They may express their drive through negotiation, collaboration, or efforts to maintain harmony in relationships. However, this placement can also lead to conflicts in partnerships, power struggles, or a tendency to assert oneself too forcefully within relationships. When Mars is in the 8th house, the focus of action and energy is on shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. This placement often brings a deep, intense approach to addressing issues related to finances, emotional bonds, and personal growth. Mars in the 8th house, individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for profound experiences, control, and transformation. They may channel their energy into managing shared resources, exploring deep emotional connections, or pursuing transformative goals. However, this placement can also lead to issues with possessiveness, power struggles, or conflicts arising from intense emotional or financial dynamics. Mars in the 9th house emphasizes an adventurous, philosophical, and expansive approach to action. This placement often brings a strong drive to explore new ideas, seek higher knowledge, and engage in travel or educational pursuits. Mars in the 9th house, individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for personal growth, intellectual stimulation, and exploration. They may express their drive through travel, higher education, or involvement in philosophical or religious pursuits. However, this placement can also lead to issues with recklessness, overextension, or conflicts arising from a desire for freedom and exploration. When Mars is in the 10th house, the focus of action and energy is on career, status, and long-term goals. This placement often brings a determined, ambitious approach to achieving professional success and gaining recognition. Mars in the 10th house individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for achievement, authority, and advancement in their chosen field. They may express their drive through hard work, leadership, and efforts to build a successful career. However, this placement can also lead to issues with overwork, conflicts related to authority, or a tendency to prioritize career ambitions over personal relationships. Mars in the 11th house highlights a dynamic, innovative approach to social activities, goals, and friendships. This placement often brings a strong drive to pursue collective objectives, engage in group activities, and contribute to social causes. Mars in the 11th house individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for social impact, collaboration, and the pursuit of shared ideals. They may express their drive through involvement in social networks, activism, or efforts to achieve group goals. However, this placement can also lead to issues with detachment, conflicts within groups, or a tendency to prioritize social or collective objectives over personal needs. When Mars is in the 12th house, the focus of action and energy is on introspection, spirituality, and hidden matters. This placement often brings a more subtle, internalized approach to pursuing goals and addressing challenges. Mars in the 12th house individuals are likely to be motivated by a desire for personal transformation, spiritual growth, and resolving unconscious issues. They may express their drive through introspective practices, behind-the-scenes work, or efforts to address hidden or unresolved matters. However, this placement can also lead to issues with self-undoing, hidden conflicts, or difficulty in asserting oneself openly. Mars's aspects dynamic interactions and conflicts. The aspects that Mars forms with other planets in the natal chart reveal how one's drive, assertiveness, and energy interact with other areas of life. These aspects highlight how the energies of Mars blend with or challenge other planetary influences, shaping how one pursues their goals and handles conflicts. A Mars-Sun conjunction merges the energies of drive and self-expression, often creating a strong, confident, and dynamic approach to pursuing goals. This aspect enhances one's ability to take initiative, assert oneself, and channel energy into personal ambitions. Individuals with this aspect are often seen as charismatic, determined, and motivated, with a natural ability to lead and inspire others. However, there can be a tendency to be overly assertive or dominant, leading to conflicts with others who may challenge one's authority or approach. The Mars-Moon conjunction brings emotional intensity and instinctive responses into matters of drive and action. This aspect creates a strong alignment between one's emotional needs and their approach to pursuing goals, leading to a passionate and emotionally driven approach. Individuals with this aspect often have a deep connection between their feelings and their actions, expressing their drive through emotional intensity and personal motivations. However, there can be a tendency to let emotions dictate actions or to become overly reactive in conflicts. When Mars is in conjunction with Mercury, there is a blending of drive and communication, enhancing one's ability to express their energy through words and intellectual pursuits. This aspect often brings a sharp, assertive, and articulate approach to achieving goals, with a focus on effective communication and mental agility. Individuals with this aspect are likely to excel in debate, persuasion, and strategic thinking. However, there can be a tendency to be overly confrontational or argumentative, especially in discussions or debates. A Mars-Venus conjunction combines the energies of drive and desire, creating a dynamic and passionate approach to love, creativity, and pleasure. This aspect often brings a strong sense of attraction, enthusiasm, and a desire for harmonious, fulfilling experiences. Individuals with this aspect are likely to channel their energy into creative projects, romantic pursuits, and efforts to achieve pleasure and enjoyment. However, there can be a tendency to pursue relationships or pleasures with an intensity that may lead to conflicts or challenges in maintaining balance. The Mars-Jupiter conjunction amplifies the energies of drive and expansion, often bringing optimism, enthusiasm, and a desire for growth into one's pursuits. This aspect enhances one's ability to take bold, expansive actions and pursue ambitious goals with confidence. Individuals with this aspect are likely to be motivated by a desire for adventure, growth, and success, often experiencing opportunities for expansion and positive experiences. However, there can be a tendency to overextend oneself, take on too many risks, or overestimate one's abilities. Mars-Saturn conjunctions bring a sense of discipline, responsibility, and focus into matters of drive and action. This aspect often emphasizes the importance of hard work, persistence, and strategic planning in achieving goals. Individuals with this aspect are likely to approach their pursuits with a serious, determined mindset, valuing structure and long-term planning. However, there can be challenges with self-doubt, frustration, or a tendency to become overly rigid or perfectionistic in one's approach. When Mars is in conjunction with Uranus, there is an element of unpredictability, innovation, and excitement in matters of drive and action. This aspect brings a desire for freedom, originality, and unconventional approaches to achieving goals. Individuals with this aspect are likely to be motivated by a need for change, experimentation, and a break from tradition. They may express their drive through inventive, unexpected actions or pursuits. However, there can be challenges with instability, impulsiveness, or difficulty maintaining focus. The Mars-Neptune conjunction infuses matters of drive with imagination, intuition, and a sense of spiritual or emotional connection. This aspect often brings a dreamy, creative quality to one's pursuits, with a focus on pursuing ideals, artistic endeavors, or spiritual growth. Individuals with this aspect are likely to be motivated by a desire for transcendence, compassion, or creative expression. However, there can be challenges with confusion, lack of direction, or difficulty in manifesting practical results. Mars-Pluto conjunctions bring intensity, transformation, and power dynamics into matters of drive and action. This aspect emphasizes the importance of profound change, control, and deep personal growth. Individuals with this aspect are likely to be motivated by a desire to confront challenges, transform situations, and harness personal power. They may express their drive through intense, focused efforts and a willingness to face difficult issues. However, there can be challenges with control issues, power struggles, or obsessive behavior. Mars aspects to the North Node highlight the karmic lessons and growth opportunities related to drive, ambition, and personal goals. These aspects often reveal areas where one's approach to action and assertiveness plays a significant role in fulfilling their life path and personal development.